So I wanted to talk about erythromelagia. I was recently diagnosed, and it took me so many years, and it pretty much almost destroyed my life and took over. I went on a journey to figure out what it was, and if I look back, I believe I was in 7th or 8th grade when I started to notice my skin. It was burning, and I remember the nurse at my junior high would say, like, maybe you have some sort of like skin irritation. But unfortunately, every time I went to PE and got more active, I ended up in the nurse's office. And I loved sports. It was the one thing that I could actually do for me. I guess, as a kid, you have so many things going on that you want to be good at something. But yeah, I remember constantly my PE class would come and I would have more issues and I would flare up and my arms, and it would be so painful. And it seems like I was always in the nurse's office and I never found answers. I got more symptoms, I got more sicker, and the years went on. By high school, I started to experience this, I guess, more neurological, issues, which we do believe that it's EM. And I remember I would be walking to class or I would be in the quad, and my anxiety was always really high for no reason. And that was one of the reasons why I loved PE and I loved sports and extracurricular activities. But the more I did it, the more issues I had. But when I didn't do it, I still had the issues, but they were not as bad. But I remember walking to class, and I remember my vision would start to kind of like go dark, and I would start to feel a sensation of tingling in my face, and it would be scary, very scary, and I would black out. And my friends would have to carry me to the nurse's office, and they would either call the ambulance or my mom, or have this big bowl of water ready for me to stick my face in or my hands in to cool me down, because I was overheating to the point that I was blacking out. And it's crazy to look back, because when you get all these symptoms and they bombard you, it's really hard to just get everything together for the doctors and everything. Because later on it was affecting my chest, so affecting my breathing, affecting the way I was talking, I was doing things. It was affecting a lot, so it was getting hard for me or anyone else to realize that it was EM. But also EM, I come to find out that I guess it's like I'm 1 in 400 in the US, and that's what I was told. And when I went on Facebook, there's this UK group, but there's only 1,700 members around there. So most people get discouraged, but I'm not. I know that the pain is horrible and it's not going to go away, but I've lived this long, from being a child to an adult, almost 30 years old, and just barely getting my diagnosis. First God, I can deal with this and I'll be okay. But yeah, those are my first recollections of, if that's the right word. I don't know if I'm saying that right now. But those are my memories from when I started to get this. And so yeah, I had very high anxiety as a kid, and I couldn't deal with stress, so there's a lot of things to it. There's a lot of symptoms, and hopefully there'll be more awareness so we can get more answers to why this is happening. And my kids and other kids that are growing up right now in other families that are not diagnosed have a chance. So, yeah.